because of two things. Number one is that Frederick's not there, Leomar is going to be there, and Dimikai has already shown he has a pretty mean Akai. Now, here's the thing. This is the World Championship, and our players need the best device just to make sure that everything happens smoothly. And for you guys at home, there's an extra edge for everyone. You guys get the Realme 15 Pro because, again, it has all the AI goodies, win rate predictions, analyze gold item, everything in real time, and it even have the consecutive skill function. So in case you're new to the hero, you can set your skills, and then with just one button, it can execute perfectly. Again, shout outs to the Realme 15 Pro, the M7 official gaming phone, for making sure they gave the very best experience to our players. You play, we carry. This is the Realme 15 Pro, the M7 official gaming phone.
Beautiful design, nice and sleek, and it's got everything. Honestly, I like the size of it. Fits my hands really nicely, so I'm going to keep this in the meantime. Don't worry about it.
And now, Gideon, would you mind inviting V? Because V will like to see this grand of finals. V has been here the entire time, looking very cute. So, again, thank you very much to V. Come on, let's check out this guy and see what V has to say to us.
V, but you don't have to be shy. You don't have to be shy, V. You can give it. Come on, be brave, be brave.
O'Reilly, my name's V, you know. I'm from Visa, the brand that connects the whole world, like everywhere. Like. My job's dead simple. Help you pay fast, safe and proper, smart. Shopping, traveling, even the little day-to-day bits. With V, you're sorted, no stress, sound that. So come on, let's crack on with a cashless life that's easier and boss.
V, I didn't know you knew Scouts. You really are an international phenomenon.
Hey, I gotta say, V sounds like he can't get knocked out, man. Something about V, like you kind of don't want to mess with him. He can be your best friend in more ways than one. He's the real MVP. Like, if someone messes with you, you're like, yo, V, you got my back, right?
Championship caliber.
Championship caliber. Shout out to Scouts as well.
Yeah, man.
Might as well, right?
If I ever get into a bar fight, I'm calling V over. He's one of my boys.
And here's the thing. If you guys want to fight, how about a 1v1, right? Because you guys can actually 1v1 with the Fairy Games app. You guys can create and host the 1v1. You guys can play and then get as much points as you can to eventually get you prizes like the M7 Tribute Rings, the MLBB Diamonds, and of course, new MLBB skins. Make sure you guys download on the App Store as well as Google Play Store and register your MLBB ID to start playing. Now, gentlemen, shout outs to all our sponsors. They're amazing friends, and you guys made this possible. And we do hope that this Grand Finals goes all the way, because even though we've seen Zephyr for like what? A better part of 2 to 3 weeks now, we've seen that he likes to adjust. Now, I really want to see how he adjusts for this one, because in that previous draft, Leomort was not touched at all. Not picked, not banned. I wonder if something will change around the jungle pick.
I think, and now Wolf has already brought up a couple of good points about specifically having these utility junglers. I think it's less of a problem with the utility junglers, but the combination of it with this Zhu Xin. That's why we're not seeing the Leomord in this particular matchup, because, the amount of peel that they have with just these two heroes is kind of insane. Add, sprinkle a little bit more CC, and then it becomes impossible.
Well, you know what? I think it's fine, because here's the thing. Our players are playing on the secret lab chair, which make it so that they can play all 7 games here, giving amazing comfort with the ergonomic chairs trusted by the world's best MLBB teams. Whether you're enjoying a casual game with friends or representing your org and country on the M7 world stage, Secret Lab can elevate your game with tournament-grade ergonomic support. Again, the very same kind that powers the pros, the casters, analysts, everyone here in the MLBB Pro scene.
Get yours today, maybe tomorrow. Hey, I mean, you take your time with it, because again, if you want greatness, start with the Secret Lab. Wolf, I'm curious to know, because for this upcoming game, we've seen Aurora kind of like make these small adjustments every time they play in the upper bracket. Do you think they are going to be the ones who are going to stick to their guns, or switch on over to just make sure AE is constantly on the edge?
The quick answer to that is they're going to stick with their guns until it loses, until there is a draft that Alter Ego can come up with to counteract it. I think that is the reason. The reason why that is the case is because they want to get as much points as possible, to get to that point where if they're at, let's say, at match point and they already are figured out afterwards, then they employ a new strategy that hopefully Alter Ego does not solve yet. So to answer your question, until it works, they will use it.
Hey, you know what they say, right? That's how cookie crumbles in beginning, right?
That's
so
right.
As long as it still works, just keep on using it. Like, I like that mentality because it's really on you. Because we got to remind ourselves, I would say even in the best of 5, the mental stamina is going to be tested, right? So I really feel like you got to pace yourself. You don't have to do anything unnecessary and burn out early. If you just, in a sense, just blow your load early, it makes it very difficult for you to draft later on because then like, okay, there's just no more surprises.
I don't know. That sounds a little premature. Considering that both of these teams are truly at the top of their game, it's really trying to get as close to the edge as possible without tipping over and losing your sense of self, right? Because once you have that clarity after you make those mistakes, I think that AE now coming into this draft might switch things up. First of all, I think it has to start with blue side, red side.
That's right.
Can I just say I love your linguistic ability?
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Yep. You're really good at this. And then we're talking about like the adjustments coming up from Alter Ego. They have to start with the blue side for sure. But now they also will have to think about their jungle choices. I think that the idea why they chose the Nolan makes sense in a vacuum because you need an assassin against the Jushin. You also need a hero that can outpace this Fredrin. However, the Fredrin plus the Jushin combination is such a strong combo in a way that you can only counter one and not both. If you counter the Fredrin part, then the Jushin part will just be free. And then when you try to counter the Jushin part, the Fredrin, as you saw in game number 1, will be free. So I think that the middle ground in that scenario is to go for fighters. That's why I really thought that the Suyo would be a better choice in that previous draft. Maybe a Guinevere eventually. I think that Alter Ego just have to really pick their battles or maybe just make sure that they only have to solve one.
I would have to say something that I like about the draft coming in from Aurora or from Philippines in general is that they draft in a way where the margin of error is actually quite low. But now we have more surprises here in the MS7 World Championship. In fact, we're going to be throwing it over to the host to see, is there any more surprises for us?
Aurora Gaming Philippines takes the first blood in this Best of 7 series. However, before we continue this action-packed series, we have some very exciting news to share with our MLBB fans.
We were pretty sure that everyone will love this, especially MLBB fans from Thailand. What exactly is it? Well, let's all watch this video.
ในฐานะทีมที่ได้แชมป์ไทยเยอะที่สุดมันถึงเวลาแล้วที่เราต้องมุ่งสู่ขั้นต่อไปนั่นคือการเป็นแชมป์โลกของจริง
ถ้าตั้งใจคนไทยไม่แพ้ชาติใดในโลกพวกเราจะพิสูจน์ให้เห็นในเวทีระดับโลก
อนาคตที่ยั่งยืนคือเป้าหมายของเราซึ่ง MLBB สามารถช่วยให้เราไปถึงเป้าหมายนั้นได้
พวกเราได้พิสูจน์ตัวเองแล้วพวกเราก็เป็นทีมแชมป์ในเกมโมบ้าบนมือถือได้เหมือนกันและตอนนี้พวกเราก็อยากจะเผชิญหน้ากับความท้าทายใหม่ๆไปกับ MLBB
ถ้าเพื่ออนาคตที่รออยู่ข้างหน้าต่อให้อุปสรรคจะถาโถมเข้ามาแบบไหนพวกเราก็ไม่หวั่น
จงกล้าในวันที่คนอื่นกลัวการที่เราเป็นผู้บุกเบิกสิ่งใหม่แม้มันอาจจะยากแต่มันคือโอกาสที่ประเมินค่าไม่ได้
อย่างที่รู้กันพวกเราคือทีมแห่งโอกาสและในเมื่อมีโอกาสใหม่ๆเข้ามาพวกเราก็ยินดีรับมันไว้
โอกาสจะมาถึงมือคนที่ไม่ยอมแพ้เท่านั้นและโอกาสที่ว่านั้นก็ได้มาถึงมือพวกเราแล้ว
MLBB คือเกมที่จะพาประเทศไทยไปสู่ระดับโลกได้อย่างแท้จริงการันตีด้วยยอดผู้เล่นกว่า 1,500 ล้านคนในมากกว่า 200 ภูมิภาคและประเทศทั่วโลกแถมยังมียอดเข้าชมการแข่งขันอีสปอร์ตบนมือถือพร้อมกันมากที่สุดในโลกประจำปี 2025 ถึง 4,100,000 วิวและถูกเสนอชื่อเข้าชิงรางวัลในรายการ The eSport Award และ The Game Award ถึง 2 ปีซ้อนประเทศไทยพร้อมลุยแล้วร่วมประกาศศักดาของไทยให้ทั้งโลกได้เห็นกัน
there you guys have it. A new regional tournament is officially here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Super League Thailand launches this year.
This league will feature 10 elite teams composed of 8 established Thai powerhouses and 2 teams from open qualifiers.
And Glenn, I actually heard that some of the MSL Thailand representatives are here in the arena with us watching the M7, and I cannot wait to see them in action. Also guys, for your information, MSL Thailand directly connects the region to the global MLBB ecosystem, as their champions will have a slot in the MSC 2026 wildcards.
This is a huge note for Thailand's legacy in MLBB that began with their victory at the first MLBB International Championship in MSC 2017.
Yes, sir. Now don't forget to tune in to MSL Thailand as the open qualifiers begin in March. For now, let's continue on our Best of 7 series. Let the world see us.
Yes, sir, dude! Oh boy, really excited to have Thailand here with everybody else. And more importantly, LaFell, we witnessed it from the very beginning, right? All the way from MSC and now reintroducing this previous legacy region back to the modern age.
All right, just to confirm. All right, I can hear my voice. That's perfect. And yes, shout out to Thailand. Can't wait to go back there again for the wildcards. Well, hopefully we get to go there, right? But either ways, right now in this best of 7, we can see all 10 players are already on stage. Looking at the faces of Alter Ego, they look calm, they look happy. So I'm really feeling like, okay, game 1, we learned quite a few things. Now it's really all about adjustment. I feel like honestly, when it comes to draft, I think it's honestly quite good. You know, everything is okay. It really is just about the execution, and I really feel like it's just Aurora just being one step ahead because they've been using this since forever, right?
And they were so instant when it comes to their picks, right? When they saw that it was the Claude, they instantly go for the Frederick and Harriet. They didn't even waste any second to pick those up. And then they also went for their comfort picks with the Lapu-Lapu as well as the Hydas. Some people will say that the Esmeralda will be better against the Phobius and whatnot, and against the Farsta. You can't have that high loss, but they still went for that because they're not that concerned about their opponent's strategy. They're more concerned about can they actually execute their box. And you saw in the previous game, they are so systematic with it. When somebody jumps, they will go peel with the high loss. They help each other out when it comes to their box setups. And Dominic, Demon Kite, I mean, so reliable with the taunts.
He's really good at it. They had the golden trifecta of the Zushin, made sure that they had the high loss, and on top of all of that, having a Fredrin, I don't see them becoming an impenetrable wall without that golden trifecta. Hopefully, we will see something a little different here in Broken Walls.
Nice transition there, kid. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, because, yeah, we are in Broken Walls. Alter Ego will be first pick. And look at this. Already batting out those...
the utility jumpers.
Risky utility jumpers, man. Yes, that's how I describe them.
Frisky.
Deal with it.
Interesting.
Am I wrong though?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're wrong, but they definitely...
Because they do step on you.
They do step on you. They come into full contact on purpose, right? And I still like the idea that AE needs to get rid of this Khalid, but at the same time, does this disrupt the trifecta? You don't have the utility jungles anymore. I feel like AE wants to force Aurora in a more coin flippy style of composition.
Maybe somewhere along the lines of a Grok, because it is actually available as of now. At the same time though, are they actually willing to play the Jushin? We do know that it is a very strong hero, but we rarely get to see Alter Ego pick that up. However, I still feel like it's the best mage that we have right now in the metagame, just because it allows for you to be snowbally in the laning stage when you get the turtle so easily, and even in the latter portions, because of the Sky Piercer, you can actually back up a punch, you can actually impact the team fights. It seems like there will be a little bit of a change.
I mean, like, here's the thing, Wolf. I don't know about you, but I love Jushin, man. Any reason to pick it up, I'll pick it up. Because Jushin is one of those heroes that's really not selfish. Right? She will always help people out. And if attention gets on her, she can protect herself.
She's literally like...
She don't need no man.
She's literally like the most tanky mage we have in the meta.
Yes!
Kind of ridiculous how the design of it made her like impossible to deal with at times. But I feel at the bare minimum, this might be a mistake. I think that right now, holding on to just Freya alongside with the Jushin, there has to be some kind of leeway here. There needs to be some kind of give and take.
I gotta say, sometimes I feel like she's as tanky as a Grok. Which, a big wall of a castle, and a girl that doesn't even wear shoes. Make it make sense. Floating
the lantern
around
with butterflies, you know. What I feel like, what makes
Yep, there you go. I agree. Yeah.
Jushin really strong is that
You guys love Jushin too, right? Yeah, see? Everyone loves Jushin.
of course. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, Jushin is a hero that actually activates most of the junglers, even when they're assassin junglers. Obviously, Fredrin with the Jushin or any utility jungler with the Jushin is already pretty good. But if you play the assassin, just because of your mid lane prio, how strongly you can affect the mid lane when it comes to the laning stage, that makes Jushin really a big threat when it comes to it's really a first pick worthy hero.
Honestly, it's very interesting where Munta tried to adjust her, thinking like, okay, now we'll see something. He was like, no, you kind of made it stronger.
Yep. It's really difficult to balance this hero, right? Because again, it has such a unique mechanic that outranges literally everybody at level 1, and there's nothing you can do about it, you know? With the only exception being Kimmy, but that's only when her passive is up and you can zone her off of the wave anyways.
Yeah. I kind of don't want Munta to adjust her that much.
But
there's so many nerfs the Jushin, but still first pick worthy.
Yeah. It's kind of like Cho. The kit is always going to be relevant.
The kid is always so good.
Yeah. I think Cho and Claude, they're both like M-series heroes, you know?
Yeah. Fanny as well.
No, here's the thing. I really have this theory. They are certain heroes. No matter what, you can one-trick them. Like Cho is the best example. Even if the damage Cho is bad, you have tank. If tank Cho is bad, you go damage. And if either is bad, your kick is going to be so good, it doesn't matter.
Cho is a type of hero where you can have a 10-month drought in a year, and then come the M series, it will still be a success. It will still be a priority pick. You know,
that's why he has a lot of skins.
It's so good. It's so. I wouldn't be too surprised if there was like a subreddit r/Way of the Dragon just for Cho. It makes so much sense.
Yep, there you go. We
talked about both of these heroes, the first Jushin and then the Grok.
Grok into Leomord. They banned out the Freya at the very least, so still respect there from Aurora.
Okay, so how do you answer this, Alter Ego? You don't necessarily want to go for the Claude immediately because there's the Grok. I think you also can take away Harith. At the same time, though, that will be not a good hero for it. So this is super duper interesting for Alter Ego because now we can see how they will now manage to counter the Leomord. Previously, they went in for the Claude, then eventually the Suyo.
Yep.
However, because they already showed that before, Aurora might be prepared against that.
What if they went...
I think they... Okay, so...
Ooh.
Speaking of Cho, by the way.
Cho is...
Most of the heroes we talk about is here.
Well, I was expecting the Cho. I wasn't so sure about the user. I was thinking more along the lines of Sora first to kind of keep things open, but this is a very direct way to play the comp.
I think the Farsa will be picked up here by Aurora, but then again, Harith is also available. I think just between those two heroes will be the third pick here for Aurora. I think the Farsa is a much better pickup, though.
I mean, like, here's the thing. This is why I feel like Alter Ego, they're lying by being honest. Because again, look at that draft. They're like, okay, we kind of know where everything is going, but at the same time, you're like, wait, where is this going?
Yeah. Well, what we do know is that Aurora is going into that funnel direction. This Farsa and the Grok, a worthy adversary to a Cho Jushin mid lane. I think that matchup is so even. I mean, of course, the first wave literally favors the Farsa and the Grok because of the wall, the third round part. But from then on, this mid lane battle is probably one of the strongest mid lane battles we'll ever get to see.
No, I appreciate this duo, you know. Jushin and Farok are amazing.
Groksa.
I like that. I like that a lot better.
I kind of like Farok.
Farok, yeah.
Because you can create a skin. Farshot. Nah, but like Rock, you know, like imagine Farsa with the guitar and Grok with drums.
I like that. I like that.
That's a skin idea.
That's a skin idea.
Yeah, that's
rock out.
Make it happen.
That's the duo that's going to be rocking my world in just a little bit. Uranus banned for the side of AE. I think this is to be expected. Do they want to double down with an Esme on top of it, or do they want to diversify?
I think the Esmeralda just is such a good band because they will not have enough for that. They only have the Cho and the Jushin. There are a few heroes that can actually survive this mid lane duo, and Esmeralda is definitely one of those heroes. I think it's a worthy ban. At the same time, there was a time where the Glue and the Farsa was used to counter the Yuzhong. Even someone like Sanford, who mains the Yuzhong, will not survive that kind of lane. So Glue and Esmeralda might be the choices here for Zephyr when it comes to the ban.
Yep. So right now for Aurora, they already banned out the Guinevere. What other jungler are they looking out for? It looks like they want to take away the Esmeralda, so there's a good chance.
They want to Lapu, I feel like. Yeah. And Harith, obviously. I think this is a fourth pick Harith for Aurora. And now if you're Zephyr, you're going to be thinking about, do I ban Harith or do I focus on the Edward hero? I believe that banning out Dominkite might be better because you can really never have enough bans against Edward.
Do you feel like Aurora will go Claude?
Oh, man.
I think Aurora will go Harith.
All right.
I think most comfortable, they go Harith. Worst comes to worst, they go Granger, right?
Yes. It's not even... I wouldn't say, there you go. Yeah. That's the Harith ban. Well done, Zephyr. But then you're left with Granger still for Aurora. Oh.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like Granger used to have the Claude, so it's like still good, you know?
Yeah, it's still good no matter what, but at the end of the day, you know that the Cho on the other side, you have to take the Purify, which does hurt the odds in the lane when you end up fighting and go for the all-in, considering how often we see both teams kind of rotate to the opposite sides of the map.
Yeah. Looking like oh, they still went Claude. Well done. Well, they steal it away, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like the whole theme of M7 as well is just to make sure that you win lane.
Yeah.
And again, Claude has a favorable lane against most matchup.
Exactly.
Now that the Freya is not there, even against a Granger, it's still going to be fine.
I really like it. Now, I think you're left with that.
Did they go Yi Sin?
Yi Sin against Farsa, Grok, and Leomord. That might be
very hard.
Ego. I think they will just go Suyo, honestly. Suyo, Granger. Just run it back.
Run it back, but it's going to cost them a little bit. It's a good call by Iron Wolf, but at the same time, the damage profile doesn't really... It's a lot more manageable for the side of Aurora. Antiques come through and some dumb ices. It's going to be a tough game.
Now, Glue Glue is just perfect, I would say, for Aurora. Patrick, with this kind of composition, that's going to really tear up Alter Ego apart. But then the safest option is the Lapu-Lapu. You can always just go back to that.
I think there is an opportunity to go above and beyond and play Arlet because there's a lot of enablers for the side of Aurora, and you need somebody who actually can force out not only Purifies, but shove Jushin back into the fight.
This is a bit off, but I kind of feel like I kind of hope there's no more skins for the Glue, so that can be the pen ultimate skin that he has.
Aurora.
And now Aurora, they finish it up with the Sora. Again, a lot of crowd control, and when you do need it, you can go for more damage. What do you think about the side lane matchups here, Wolf?
Pretty even, but... Nah, I think it's Sora-sided. Yeah, I would go for Aurora, actually. After a few seconds of thinking, this is Aurora.
I think it really depends on who's going to get that first blood. If Nino wins out his lane, I think this is going to be a very interesting mid-game.
I mean, like, again, this is all about momentum. Whoever has, I would say, the good 5 minutes of the game can really start to control the tempo. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the drafts has been done. We're jumping into Broken Walls for game number 2 of this grand finals. Now we're going to give it back to Leo, Trex, and Mirko.
Select adjustments coming in from these two teams going into game number 2. Will Alter Egos changes spell a different result, or will Aurora continue to push forth?
I like it at this point. I mean, here's my big problem coming from Aurora. Coming from Aurora for the Sora right now, I think was the winning piece of this draft in my mind. I think it's something that it's gotten overlooked in the last game, and right now coming in, it's going to be something that can jump into the back line, can do damage to Arfi, can get onto Hijume, and can also be a nice, bulky frontliner for Aurora Gaming PH.
Is the best way to win a draft from the red side, using red 5 this well.
Yeah, it's really, really good by Aurora Gaming Philippines there, but I think for Alter Ego, they built a very, very good core foundation for those neutral objective takes. The Yuzong with the Suyo. It seems to be the answer against the Leomord right now. SRG played it, got a really good game against Alter Ego.
It's one of the few key wins on the hero that has almost been forgotten since last year's World Championships. Also, the reason why this is such a comfortable Suyo game for Yasuke is there's only really one painful source of magic damage, and that's Yue. And this lineup, I'd say, is built to hunt down Yue. Nino on the Yuzhong, even Alekin get pokey and kick him right out of the skies.
Yeah, but getting the Grok and then getting the Leomord is something that's going to be able to stop that. It's something that's going to be a big problem for Alter Ego. And last game, Yasuke also had a nice hunting hero, but he wasn't able to find the angles. So this time, a lot of it's going to come down to can he finally get past Aurora Gaming to those heroes.
Turtle spawning in the lower quarter of the map. You'll see that the Claude will try to push fast, clear it, get double waves, and then join the fight.
After a long time of not seeing Suyo, well, hold on, Demonkai gets completely zoned. This is a Turtle 1 take for free for Alter Ego, unless Edward gets kind of petrified. Now it's going to be Ali going to wait to drag him, but it's going to be Edward who's still able to go for the CC immune just a bit. Now take it very low, flickers out of safety as Hijume can't get quite close enough.
Frederick, you were saying?
I was saying, the Suyo, it's so rarely picked up that a lot of teams going up against it would just not be prepared for it. But it seems like for Aurora Gaming Philippines, they know how fast a Suyo can go, and that's why Yue, Edward, Domeng, they're playing it so safe.
Yeah, but can they stop it from its speed? We're already seeing a first turtle go into Alter Ego. This might not be a composition that Aurora Gaming wants to take the super slow route to. At some point, they do need to try to fight it out.
And I think that's dictated by their jungler. You kind of want to snowball, not as fast as you would like a true assassin, but with a Leomord, you kind of want to get the most out of that power spike you get when you have your War Axe and then your Brute Force. From there, you kind of feel unstoppable. I know I did this morning. They're trying to jump on Edward. I think Nino knew that Yue was hiding in there.
Something was fishy about that.
Again, you don't see it. That means you see it.
Taking a look at the items right now. Arfi looking for Hunter Strike or an impossible early Sky Piercer. He's going to go straight to Sky Piercer,
He's going to skip it.
Did that yesterday as well. He was to go for that Sky Piercer on, but big.
Great reaction from Hijume, but it's a bit late now. Has to burn the Flicker. So it's light with the Flicker and also Hijume.
Both teams really just testing the waters right now. No big full commit engages, but seeing what the other team is going to do.
His limit testing, and now Arfi, Hijo de Oro, finds that early Sky Piercer. Now it's up to Alter Ego to ride that wave.
No red tree, and Yuzuki didn't even get it there, the green camp. So this is info for Demonkai to utilize.
So last time that we saw Arfi go for this early Sky Piercer, there was a quick gank up to the gold lane. I mean, either after this turtle or maybe even give up the turtle and go for it, but it's all about trying to get Arfi these stacks as soon as possible.
Time's a ticking. We'll see if that kind of rotation will be the play for Alter Ego. But what is clear is they want this second turtle. Massive presence from El Familia here. Aurora Gaming want to contest.
Edward jumping in. Hijume no Flicker. Going to be brought back into the better airstrike. Now Hijume taking very long. Plays a duet from Domeng.
And back at the Lord, Edward does find the kill, but Demonkai finds Nino!
It's an all-out win for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Yue trying to go for stun onto Arfi now. 3-0, and even a turtle taken by Aurora.
Say what you will about Aurora's draft, it being very ult-dependent and timing-reliant. They found the perfect timing. They used every single ult that mattered to take down 3 members of AE and the second turtle too. That's one of the major problems I have with the Suyo. When the hero was big, this was still one of the major problems. Is there's too many dudes in there. And look at this major cut.
Oh, Dragon, good sidestep by Demon, kind of ganking the bottom lane. Nino going to be dove on now as they turret jungle, and Edward takes to the skies to pick up a killing spree.
Aurora Gaming giving Alter Ego the Alter Ego treatment right now.
Right, caught on the way to Dragon now. They're going to give over a stack to Arfi. So they get something on the map, but Aurora get more value.
It's a good trade for the Northern Lights. An XP laner and a turret for a lone roamer. It's very rare that El Padre Nino gets told what to do. That's just not how it works. Even when they're losing, he's usually the one who wins the lane, who tries to gain back parts of the map. But here, that's a non-starter. Aurora Gaming are dictating the pace, and how unfortunate is it that it's in that same side of the map that the final turtle will spawn.
Another big problem, Yasuke already taking this death, right? And even when Suyo was meta, it wasn't a hero that you wanted to die this early on. It wasn't a hero that you wanted to lose turtles on. And now that that's happened in the current meta, I'm wondering how far back is Yasuke as of now?
We'll see in the items. We'll check in just a bit.
It's
the final turtle will be spawning about 50 seconds. Big fight starts.
All in, you blink and you miss it. RP disintegrated. Now they're just trying to go over to the fence. Petrify on towards Dome. Nino going at it over. Gets the knock up as well. Nino in the back now doing more damage as Demon Cat goes in with a steed and runs through Nino.
2 members down on the side of Alter Ego Esports. A huge gank from Aurora Gaming, sending RP back to the base.
El Familia is getting crumbs. Alms. Yasuke is starving. All that upstairs for a turtle. The math doesn't check out. Edward spots Hijime here. Goes into thunder form.
Goes in on the Hijime, forcing a flicker. Edward with a flicker himself. Now RP trying to go for the damage, but it's Yue with the shot. RP getting barriered away now. Low gets smacked by Light.
There is no escape right now from Aurora Gaming Philippines. Alec does jump in though.
What a peel there. Tectonic charge. And the blazing duet from Domeng. Nino taking very low, so able to sustain for some bit. Domeng goes back in. Nino still there. It's going to be Alan with Kundo and Yasuke now. Going out of a Demon Cat as his horse.
Alec just trying to get away, but Demon Kite doesn't want to let it happen. Yasuke look for the re-engage.
Weather canceled. Now the blade surge backward. Feathered airstrike coming down, and they zone Alter Ego from the purple buff.
Let me commend a play that happened off screen that made the tail end of that sequence immaculate for Aurora Gaming PH. Demon Kite used the Phantom Steed just to get there.
Yep.
So again, the map awareness and communications on Aurora Gaming side is on another level. Yesterday, last night, back-to-back, 2 teams that are so good at fighting, so good at macro. SRG and Liquid, they did not play this way.
Nope, they did not. And the mechanical awareness on top of that, Leo. Light canceled out the dive from Nino, which would have been a sure kill.
You know, at this point, we just saw the gold spread. Overall, the 2,000 gold lead is pretty divided between 5 members of Aurora Gaming. Alter Ego still not completely out of this, but if it continues on this track, it's going to be tough for them.
Whoa! Go Hijime back, feathered airstrike. So much thrown at Hijime, and he can't handle it. Neither can Nino. He has to use the Black Dragon form defensively.
This was the MO for SRG last night. That one game they won, and that game 4, where it seemed like they were going to equalize, they attacked the heart of Alter Ego's lineup. They attacked Hijime, denied him the game, denied him from playing. But here, it's all the more evident. The Zushin's short to mid-range utility isn't
on a tanky Sora, still packing such a huge punch. I think he could 1v1 just about anybody on Alter Ego Esports right now.
Mirko, Trex, I've never seen Edward this driven. He plays the same game as he did with the Lapu Lapu, 6-1 and 4.
Oh, wait.
He found the angle.
This is nasty.
Mirko, you know how Light does this!
The tech charge now Edward with the pullback on RP! And he gets the killing spree, but Edward gets shut down.
The Jushin was not worth giving over the Grok and the Leomord. I think you take the Grok, you take the Leomord, you give over the Jushin and the other one, and you still get the Farza. Anything. I think Alter Ego, not just in the gameplay, but also the draft, they are getting outmaneuvered right now, and there needs to be an answer soon.
Man, whether airstrike over on RP, doesn't have flicker. And now it's going to be the barrier coming down again. It's Edward. Go into the skies, trying to go for a slam. Yazuke in the bottom lane. Just really trying to go for a trade, but the waves are...
anything, and this is what Yuzuke always does well. Even when they're losing, he looks for playing the map. He steals away buffs. He finds towers. He's able to play the map a bit, and it's going to staunch the bleeding slightly, right? It's a small band-aid on a big flesh wound.
And that flesh wound is ringing to the tune of 5,000 gold up. Half a minute till the Lord spawns upper quarter. Alter Ego Esports can only pray and hope to get lucky to contest because the map doesn't belong to them at all. Demon Kite can willy-nilly rough shot, just hit the Phantom Steed, and 10 seconds later, be the same kind of threat. Alter Ego Esports, I'll say now, one of their possible win conditions, their outs here, is to get a pick off on Yue. That's a start.
Yeah, Alex got to make a big play, some sort of big kick, but the thing is his light is out-maneuvering him time and time again. Nino can't even go in with a big black dragon and look for these big petrifies because Domain just shreds him down.
Oh, Alec.
Down a bad spot.
Way too aggressive. Edward didn't want to go for the flicker just yet, but the airstrike coming down over on Alec as Yuzuke gets pulled back, but is able to blade surge out of there. And now it's Aurora knocking on Alter Ego's base.
Lord's gonna spawn in about 20 seconds. Hijume still unable to find his footing. He's miserable in a situation like this. He can't clear waves as effectively as Yue, and he's on the back foot. How does this national champion throw back to his days in Bali, 2022, the prime of his career? How do they close this 7,000 gold gap? Not inside the base, I'll tell you now. It's got to come from somewhere else.
Already a winner crown for Domain Kite at this point, which means he can be even more aggressive on this big advance. Demon Kite now starting off for the Rose Gold, making him be able to be even more aggressive. They are preparing for this attack like they're gonna try to end it here.
That is the Lord up top, gonna crash into that turret. Say goodbye. Bottom lane and mid seems to be the point of contention. The defense, feathered airstrike by Yue. Not much of a response.
They force the Crimson Beacon out from Hijume. Light just fainted. He went, huh! And Hijume reacted. He flinched. 2 base turrets on the sides. That is the worst combo you could find. And again, it's what LaFell said. Farok, Groxa, that combo, brother, is too much.
I'm partial to Farok. And there's the Farsa starting it up. Phantom Steed from Demon Kite. Turn in mid, about to go down.
Edward, oh my god, Light jumps in again! Tech charge! Now Hijume taking low, they're still able to go for it. Nino with the fears down on the petrify, but he won't be able to lock them down for long. A cannon in the mid.
Familia stands, still breathing. A 10th left on the base, refusing to go down.
Edward got some kind of plot armor, brother. After losing M4, now in the same arena, something's clicking.
At this point, I mean, I couldn't even see his health bar at that point.
Yeah.
And the Shaw residue was on him. There was no reason for him to be able to walk out of that alive right now. He's got the Jakarta energy right now. It's in favor.
You saw his soul almost leave his body, but his body pulled it right back. He's like, no, I ain't dying here. Not today.
He was burning. There was a little bit of a sting there from Hijume, but he refused to go down. The map is going to correct itself given the moment of melancholy for Alter Ego. They get to get out of their base for the first time in a while. They get to push out, but with all of their base turrets taken out, where do they find a play? I'll tell you now, it's got to come from Nino somewhere, somehow. He's the only real easy way in.
They got to go back to back. It can't just be Nino, because Nino, he can bait out the Purify, but then what, right? You need someone else to follow up on the Purify that's used.
I hate this. This is rough. Right now,
Pops in the Crimson Beacon, it's now or never now. Light jumps in the backline, won't be able to find anything now. Azada goes for the Raiders Dragon, he says Suzuki's able to go for the base, but now Edward!
RP taken out along with Yasuke. Wait, yes!
He gets stomped to the ground, curb stomp, that's Yue. In a 1v1 against Nino as Domain goes for the BMI, and Domain! Guns Hijume down! Now it's the base next to the chopping block, and Aurora go 2-0 in the grand finals.
Blinded by the Northern Lights' surgical precision and the seemingly plot armor that keeps their players alive.
You can that Aurora have been drafting to focus on the laning stage into the first turtle fight. And so far, with the first two games that we've seen, that has been the priority, and they were successful in accomplishing that.
Yeah, take a bit what Mirko said is that Alter Ego, they want to play their identity, but it keeps getting banned out, right? So this is where the Alter Ego needs to start going in deep. And it's also good that Aurora, being on second pick, being on red side, they were able to get winning matchups, right? Get their mid trio first, and then see what's available, pick up the Claude, and it eventually does pick up that Sora. And again, M7, the laning phase, man, is absolutely important. But for now, we're going to be looking at the MVP of the game, and looks like it's Mr. Consistent. It's Edward on that Sora, man.
No doubt about it. I think everybody can see if it was not going to be Mr. Consistent, it was going to be like these two are playing out of their minds here in the grand finals. Huge engagements. But the best part about him is the fact that he's purely abusing the passive coming in from Sora. Hey, just because I've got a lot of max HP, don't mean I can't throw hands.
Casters asked the question, did they actually adapt the Liquid Stampede into their draft? I think that this is the epitome of that Stampede. I think we saw Edward just play this Sora with the high octane kind of gameplay where he's not stopping making the play. I think that really fits that kind, like this hero fits that kind of play style because you have low cooldown ultimates, low skills, you can swap between your forms, and if you have the proper targets, you can actually eliminate them. You're going to see that through the highlights, his target acquisition coming up from Edward is stellar.
It's so very good. And with the additional light to cover the other angles that he can't, his engagements have been absolutely nasty. And this is one of the few times, right? So many people have been saying on the internet, hey, when is Edward, he may be Mr. Consistent, but if you give him just a little bit of love, a little bit of resources, he can carry this game, and you see it right here.
That tech charge. And by the way, in that last highlight of this game, you're gonna see the Sora of Edward catch and snag two of the most important heroes for Alter Ego. He's gonna get the jungler and the golden. Look at that! Tie them together with that Cloud. Is that not an MVP-esque performance? Might be one of the best plays that we've seen all throughout the finals.
I gotta say, Gideon, like, as cool as junglers and goal laners are, man, these kind of games are the reason why I play Rome. These are the kind of games I play EXP because, dude, it's just so cool.
It's so much fun.
It feels good that the meta is also highlighting every different aspect of these roles. For us, at the very least, in our own individual roles, this is cool to watch. Aurora with their 20-5 kill score, something needs to change. And I think that EE need to recognize that they can't just simply fight for the sake of fighting against Aurora. The response times are just too good.
You can see that Aurora has good mastery of this kind of playstyle where they are good at utility junglers, and then they're also good at hybrid junglers. Like, well, technically, let's just say they're fighter junglers.
Yeah, fighters, yeah.
Lee Shin, that's Leomord, as well as the Suyo. If it's Suyo eventually, I don't know if Aurora will eventually play that hero, but that is like the hybrid. It's not an assassin, it's not a utility.
Yeah.
They're like,
it's not necessarily going to the back lines. It's
Yeah.
really about accelerating your team.
Exactly.
And then when it really needs you, you go for those neutral objectives.
that's something. You can maybe say that Alpha is considered to be part of that, but it's not there. Before M7, only Lee Shin can play that kind of role, the third type of jungler. But because of M7, because of the new fighter emblem, because of the new artists we have, the Chastise Waldron, maybe this is where we can see that heroes like that can be available. That's why we can expect this Leomord to be a hero that the two teams will actually, they will try to get it, take it from each other.
Honestly, that's why I'm a little bit sad that it's only really Leomord that's viable as a fighter in the jungle. Like, yes, we got hybrids like the Yi Shin, but not gonna lie, I kind of miss the days of Martis in the jungle.
Oh yeah,
right. I might even take a Balman because that tunk into taking those objectives is pretty cool. I really hope, like, for the future tournaments, we see a little bit more variation when it comes to the fighters. I kind of feel like when it comes to the assassins as well as the tank, we kind of have a staple already.
Where can we put Guinevere in that kind of category?
I'm okay to put Guinevere if it's like a damage kind of thing. Like, she can set, but I want to see a different type of Guinevere where she kind of go in and she can, like, in a way, like, assassinate, if you get what I mean.
I totally get what you mean, but it's tough because, again, Guinevere, what's really making her good is the fact that her kit allows her to kind of get in and out of the pit specifically. But if you miss your abilities, you miss your magic thumb, you're kind of dead in the water, right? That's the big issue with her. And none of her builds really accelerated other than tank.
Aulus is getting a revamp.
Oh, it really needs a revamp, dear.
No, here's the thing. I saw the revamp.
Is it cool?
It's very cool because you can tell what kind of skin he's gonna get.
Okay.
Like, if you see it, you think of swordsman, you think of demons.
Swordsman and demons.
You think of slayers or hunters as well. So just trust. If I show you the new ult,
a ninja from Naruto.
No. If you see the ult, you're like, okay, you know what? I already know what skin this
Sandy
guy
from SpongeBob.
No.
Oh no.
Nice try.
I'm trying to think of the Japanese name. Kimenetsu no Yaiba.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
there you
the
go.
one.
There you
That
go.
is the one.
Just trust. New Aulus low-key looks pretty cool.
I'll wait for it to come out because, again, Aulus is just one of those heroes that you're like, oh my goodness, I've committed myself to 20 minutes of the game.
No. This one is gonna be early game because the ult, like that straight thing. Now it just keeps on slashing forward.
It's a Benedetta ult.
So
No. It's kind of like
Suyo.
Yeah, kind of like a Suyo, but it just keeps on going.
Ooh, boy.
So you can tell, like, okay, I kind of know what kind of skin this guy is gonna get.
That's pretty sick.
That's kind of like a sword now.
Well, we'll see when the time does actually come.
Because this is like younger Aulus.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the revamp. So from old Aulus now to his younger days.
The kids can't relate to old Aulus. We got to make him young now. It's the only answer.
Gen Z's running the business,
6'7".
so you gotta have to. Gen Z.
No. I'm not going to accept that. Yeah, that is Gen Alpha.
That's Gen Alpha.
Yeah,
we talked about this in the podcast, bro.
Yeah, we do. But even
it's
most of our talents are 19. Like the year starts of 19, right?
I'm not going to dox them just yet because we still have a little bit to discuss here, specifically when it comes down to AE trying to figure out a way to break through this impenetrable wall. I think a couple of adjustments that it could be good, it could be bad, really just is dependent on how antsy you are. Because the early game, I don't think that AE had a god-awful early game. I just think that a lot of their abilities were coming out kind of for free, right? The smoke and mirrors is really making them tear up.
I have a very immediate or maybe a band-aid patch to this problem that AE is facing. If they eventually get back to the blue side, remember they banned the Khalid as their third ban? Maybe if they just ban the Grok, things will be different. However, the only problem with that is that the Jushin will definitely be banned by the side of Aurora if the Grok is banned. But I think that you'd rather face the Khalid than the Grok, especially when you're facing someone like Light who really mastered this hero down to the T.
And again, it's just one of those heroes because Grok is, even if he's not having a good game, you can have that one big set, and then you're like, what have I been doing for the past 50 minutes, right? So one of the things that I do want to see is some kind of playmaker for Arfi, because so far Arfi has been doing quite well here in the M7, where first of all, he controls his own lane, right? He doesn't need any kind of gank, he can deal with it himself. And then during a fight, you're not thinking about it, but then all of a sudden he's there and he's wrecking a shop. So I kind of feel like we gotta need something like Freya-esque, where he doesn't need help, and in fact, he will help someone.
Well, I was thinking about this a lot. I was thinking about what would be the other replacement to the Freya in this lane. I would make an argument for Benedetta, but I don't think her base numbers coming into the mid game, especially once you're past level 8, is going to be enough to kind of keep it up. Because right, at the end of the day, your emblems, having to take Festival of Blood, takes away from how much damage you can actually pump out compared to Master Assassin.
There was a hero that actually they could have picked up that Arfi likes, that's also Freya-esque, the CC.
Yeah.
So far, 4-0 for Alter Ego Esports. I look at their stats, that they have not lost with that hero. Definitely can be played in the gold lane. Usually we see it in Nino, but I think that it also fits the bill of like having a fighter that kind of scales, but also helps your teammates in a much more amplified manner.
Plus, how hard is it to play CC, right?
Yeah.
How hard is it?
No, not gonna lie, even people on TikTok are like fuming. It's like, oh my god, I trained for months to master Yuzong. And I go up against the CC, there's like skill 1.
Imagine playing in Uranus.
Imagine playing a Uranus. You know what? EXP is so exciting,
riveting,
that some of those heroes
Aurora,
just kind of like ruin it a bit. But right now we're going to throw it over to the host, where I believe they're going to update us a bit about Magic Chess Go Go. So right now we're throwing it over to the stage to see what's up with that.
Thank you very much to our casters. Before we continue the quest of finding our new M7 champion, we have here with us the Magic Chess Go Go champions. A round of applause, our newly crowned champion.
Hello guys, congratulations. May you please introduce yourself to the world.
Привет, как дела? Пожалуйста, представься.
Всем привет. Меня зовут Флокси. Все хорошо. Настрой победный. Спасибо всем, кто поддерживал.
Hey guys, my nickname is Floxy. I'm doing pretty well. Feeling myself as a champ now. Thanks for everyone for your support.
Yes, now Floxy, congratulations on winning the GO1 World Championship. Tell us about it. How are you? How did you prepare for it?
Расскажи, пожалуйста, как ты готовился и какие трудности встретились на твоем пути?
Я готовился к турниру, участвуя на различных турнирах в своем регионе, играл в ранкет, пытался разбирать ошибки. А из трудностей у меня возникли трудности с перелетом, поэтому я не мог основательно подготовиться к турниру.
So basically, I was preparing by playing tournaments in my region in the ECA. I participated in many of them, just to train myself, to analyze my gameplay, and basically to prepare for MCGG Go 1. And from the challenges, I would like to mention that the flight here took me a lot of time.
Oh wow, and I'm pretty sure being a champion is not easy. You have to go through so much. Perhaps what is the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome to become a champion today?
Расскажи, пожалуйста, про самое большое препятствие на твоем пути сюда, как чемпиона.
Самым большим препятствием, наверное, думаю, было основательно подготовиться и поймать, так сказать, волну игры.
The hardest obstacle was to prepare as good as possible and basically to prepare for the games because it was a little bit exciting.
Yes, it was definitely exciting. And you know what? Coming from a grand finals yourself, coming from a championship yourself, currently we are having the grand finals of the M7 World Championship where Alter Ego Esports is currently going up against Aurora Gaming Philippines. Floxy, who do you think will win tonight?
Как ты думаешь, кто победит, Alter Ego или Aurora Page?
Мне кажется, победит Alter Ego. На самом деле, я их небольшой фанат, как и Team Spirit. Вот, поэтому я надеюсь, что победит Alter Ego.
So basically, I'm a big fan of Alter Ego, so I'm cheering up for them because Team Spirit is not here anymore, so Alter Ego is my choice.
Currently, Alter Ego is down 0-2. Do you have any message to Alter Ego, like any boost or any buff since you're just a newly crowned champion?
Хочешь ли ты передать Alter Ego какие-то слова поддержки?
Конечно, игра не заканчивается на 2 проигранных картах. Всегда есть шанс камбэкнуть, поэтому я верю в вас, Alter Ego.
So basically, this game is the best of 7 series. So guys, keep it up. You're gonna win it. Alter Ego, let's go.
What a very positive message. And finally, Floxy, is there anyone who would you like to thank or dedicate the victory to?
Фокси, хочешь ли ты кому-то передать привет, либо поблагодарить за поддержку, либо посвятить кому-то эту победу?
Я хочу передать привет всем, кто меня поддерживал. Привет ESEA региону, всем стримерам, ютуберам, родителям. Всем спасибо.
Yeah, so big shout out to everyone for supporting me, to my region, ESEA, to my parents, to all of the streamers and YouTubers who were restreaming the MCGG Go 1 finals. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much, and once again, congratulations, Floxy. That it is from me and Glenn. But right now, we are going to be throwing it over to the stage with Eterna and Brigida. Let's see what you guys have in store for us. Thank you so much, Rose. Thank you so much, Glenn. It's Eterna here with
Nona.
Oh yeah, we have Nona up on stage. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
Hi. We're so excited.
Nice. Yeah, it's so nice to have them here on stage. I'm so glad that we are finally standing beside Nona right here.
So with that being said, do you mind introducing yourselves once more for the MLBB community that's watching right now?
Hi everyone, we are Nona.
That's so cute. Could we ask them individually though, especially for our global audience out there? Starting with you.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Nona Christie.
Hi Nona Christie.
Hi everyone, I'm Nona Esther.
Hi Nona Esther.
Hi everyone, I'm Nona Baila.
Hello Nona Baila.
Hi everyone, I'm Nona Shaz.
Hello Nona Shaz.
Okay, so that's all 4 of them right now, but I might just want to talk to someone specific among you guys. So I'm looking at you, Christy. You're right beside me here. I have a couple questions for you because I heard that you've been playing Mobile Legends for a long time. Could you tell us how long you've been playing Mobile Legends?
Okay, I've been playing about 10 years.
10 years?
But it just for fun. Yeah. But yeah, maybe next season we might not gonna perform on stage.
Okay. They might want to play. Yeah. They want to compete on stage. They might be the ones sitting on these
we're
chairs.
as Nona. No.
As Nona. Okay. You might need one more, but we're excited to see that. So you've been playing for 10 years, and what role do you usually play?
Role? I love playing mage.
Okay.
And my favorite character is Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Like Esmeralda.
Okay.
So, for all the Esmeralda mains out there, you're not alone because it looks like Christy also plays that hero. Now, Nona, you're here up on stage here at M7, and we're in the grand finals right now. So we have 2 competitive teams that are fighting for that M World Championship title. We have a team from the Philippines, which is Aurora Gaming from PH, and we also have a team from Indonesia, Alter Ego. Now, do you mind sharing us one by one who you guys are supporting today? Okay, sure. Together?
Yeah, so this is a competition indeed. We know that everyone works so hard. So we support both. Anyone who win this competition deserves it. But we watched the tournament last night and we saw Alter Ego winning. So as fellow Indonesian, we were so proud.
Oh, Alter Ego has their vote. So do you have a message maybe that you want to share to Alter Ego? You want to share a message, Esther?
For Alter Ego, good luck on this competition. We're so excited and we can't wait to watch the rest of the game.
Semangat!
Okay.
Semangat.
They might have just needed that bit of a boost, you know, especially for Alter Ego right here. Now, going back to you guys as a group, I'm just curious to know if you could share a bit of your, you know, future exciting plans or future product that you have as Nona.
Well, we just dropped a single recently called Work. Yes. And yeah, Jakarta to LA, we brought a little piece of home when we were making the song in the States. And we're very excited to be performing in front of our Indonesian audience here in our home country. So, yes, thank you for supporting us, really.
We love you.
We love you all.
Exciting. So are you going to be performing that song tonight as well?
Let's see.
Let's see. All right, and finally, Nona, we're wondering because you have so many fans in the building and there's even a watch party outside anticipating perhaps a performance from you guys later on. So do you guys have a message that you want to share to all your fans out there?
We love you so much, Orchids. Thank you so much. We love you.
I feel like I was converted into an orchid just now.
I feel like an orchid too now.
Yep.
All right. Jadi untuk semuanya, untuk teman-teman, jangan kemana-mana setelah game yang ketiga karena hari ini di Tenis Indoor Senayan akan ada special performance yang akan dibawakan oleh Nona. Jadi for every viewer out there, whether you're watching in the venue or back at home, don't go anywhere after game number 3 because there is going to be a special, amazing performance exclusive for you guys by Nona later on.
That's right. And now we have it. Thank you so much for joining us here on stage, Nona. It's been a pleasure to be able
been an honor.
to exchange some questions with you. And I think you could see our players right behind us already, Eterna. So thank you so much once again. And I believe it's time we now resume the grand finals here at the M7 World Championship.
Thank you very much to Eterna, Brigida, as well as Nona. And hey, we'll see whether that's going to be enough for Alter Ego to get their mojo back.
I think they sprinkled a little bit of wisdom in there. Right now, as we see the performance of AE really just depend on their mid trio so much. Maybe Hijime should be looking for another or maybe an off-pick mage like Esmeralda.
Ooh, but eventually there will be a trade between Eve and Jushin again. I feel like if Alter Ego eventually gets to the first pick, they will reconsider the Grok. Or maybe just totally let go of the Jushin if the Grok is available. Maybe just first pick it. I don't really remember if Alec actually likes to play the Grok.
Oh, he likes it. He likes it. He's got a few MVP performances on that Grok. And now the fans' prediction, and actually quite close here, Aurora Philippines 57% and Alter Ego at 43%. Again, showing how their entire journey here has been quite close. But again, in terms of preparation, it does seem like Alter Ego might have shown too much of their hand because it does seem like Aurora Philippines understand how to draft against them.
I don't know if it's a limiting factor for the side of Alter Ego or whether it's just a draft pattern that's been read really, really well by Dexstar alongside with Coach Master of the Basics, because so far it feels like they've gotten away with murder for 2 games in a row. Coming into this next one, I'm really hoping that they've got something else in store.
Look at that, man. That's so beautiful. If only we have at least one. Am I right?
Yep. At least one.
And you know, one would be nice. I'm not asking for 5. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to jump into the draft here. We'll see what map it is. It looks like it's going to be a broken walls again.
Till my last breath.
Thank you very much, whoever said that. And yes, Alter Ego first pick here, batting out the Harif as well as batting out the Valentina.
Totally different approach.
Hey, this is Coach Zephyr, man. Professor X.
Yep. They will first pick the Sora, I feel like. If not the Leomord, but I feel like, yeah, maybe the Sora. Because if you look back at the previous game, they prioritized the Yuzhong. Yuzhong and Cho was their blue 2 and 3 picks. And the reason why they didn't pick up the Sora was probably because they are afraid of that sudden Valentina pickup. That's also the reason why they didn't do it in the lower stage. So maybe this Valentina signals the Sora pickup. However, Aurora, they're going to be very happy about the trade because now, if the Sora gets picked up by AE, that is Grok and Jushin that they will get. So, I think all things considered, Grok is the best first pick.
Yes, Grok is the best first pick. We're expecting Jushin to get picked up for the side of Aurora +1. I think if this might just be another Fredrin game coming in if they want to be very honest here, or they can just wait a little bit later.
Yeah, Fredrin, maybe Fredrin and Jushin. the first two picks?
I mean, Leomord is still open, so I don't know. In terms of junglers, there's still quite a few.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see them delaying it a little bit. But yeah, I feel like Jushin you gotta take because Rockshin is pretty strong.
So it's the Granger and the Jushin instead. They're not showing their hand yet when it comes to their Demon Kite jungle choices. If you're Alter Ego, you will rethink your Leomord. It is still pretty good though. Leomord, obviously.
I think you gotta trust.
Just gotta
trust.
Just trust the process. You have the Grok anyways. You're fine in the mid lane. Maybe just get a Farsa so that you have that Grok Farsa for you.
I kind of want it simple, just like Eve, Leo. Yeah. Oh, but the CC instead.
That's the CC that we're talking about earlier. Reef's game. But now, if you're Aurora, you will now rethink your Fredrin just because of both the Eve as well as the CC. So they might just change this up. There still is the Yusen Shin though. That's the scariest part of being in the second phase, where in your jungle choice, if you want to do it red 3, you can easily adjust it. I would favor Yusen Shin here for Aurora, as it is a good hero with the Granger, and at the same time, you're not that scared of the CC at all.
Unless you accidentally get, curtain call together, and then that's a bit of a mistake on their positioning parts, but generally speaking, yeah, there's a lot of deterrence coming from both sides. We're not seeing as many steals as we did in game number 1 and 2. We were expecting the setup for the eventual Sora coming in from AE, but now Aurora has decided, you know what? We have plenty of options in the jungle. Let's pick up the Cho right now, and we've almost locked down the mid lane.
Are we just going to see both teams just choking out that jungle pool? But if they do that, Aurora definitely has the advantage here.
For sure. Especially because they have the red 4 priority. I don't think that it's smart for Alter Ego to oblige when it comes to limiting your jungler options. They might be better off just taking out the XP lane choices, like maybe a Yu Zhong, which is still available. Even the Sora at this point. They do have the CC though, which is okay against the Sora. Generally speaking, they have the superior XP lane choice. I guess here maybe Arlet might be their last option as a ban.
Well, right now we got to talk about the relationships between the heroes here. Eve as well as Grok. The rock manipulation here going up against the current heroes of Aurora. Do you feel like this is already a pretty good mid duo to deal with them?
I think it depends, right? Because at level 1, there is the possibility that somehow Light is able to get a full combination on top of Hijime, and that ends the laning phase almost straight away if the regeneration gets cancelled out later down the line by Yue as they fight in lane. But that's besides the point. I feel like as we are looking at the EXP, the Sora is getting banned out. We're completely avoiding the junglers. Yeah, Esme is something they need to consider, but then things like something that's super safe is Lapu Lapu for the side of Aurora just to get on top of the Eve.
Arlet should be the ban as well from Alter Ego. But I think the safest for Alter Ego is the Lapu Lapu, because it kind of just achieves so much. They ban the Esmeralda, indeed. But that will mean that Aurora can also benefit from that ban. They can pick up the Lapu Lapu themselves in Red 4. And that will open up a lot of stuff for Dominkite. They can even go for the Joy if in that scenario, especially if Alter Ego will commit to another fighter. And of course, a weak jungler. I mean, not a fast farming jungler.
Yeah.
So I think the Lapu Lapu just fits the bill for Aurora.
The reason why I feel like the Esme is a pretty good ban here, because looking at all the bans that Alter Ego has done, it's kind of protecting Hijime here. So I kind of feel like they talk behind the scenes. They're like, okay, you know what? Hijume's got to carry just a little bit, but that might mean that Arfi is going to carry the late game. Yusachin is still open if they want to go for double fighters. And let's see here. Leomord is open as well in case if they just want to go for comfort.
I feel like they sort of have to take it at this point, right? Because once you take that Leomord, at least you have a little bit of threat around these neutral objectives, and you're, pulling eyes towards yourself to allow everybody else to kind of play around it.
I think the best option here for Alter Ego is to get the Alice, because there's not much killing potential from around the burst. They go for Alice as their XP lane, and then go for maybe a Leomord again. They pick up the Lapu Lapu.
For Denial?
For Denial. I think this is for Denial, but that also opens up Alice for Aurora, but Arlet. I think that they're just going to go Arlet. This is why I felt like the Arlet should have been the ban for Alter Ego instead of the Esmeralda.
I agree, but I think at the end of the day, right, the Esmeralda, I think that AE wanted to kind of be a little bit more flexible with the CC. So honestly, good on the backstab from Aurora to say, you know what, let's take Fredrin first, wait for the full reveal, and now we have the options of actually going into the Arlet if we wanted to.
I mean, like, going up against Aurora, I would say going up against any team here in the M7 is kind of like just pick your poison. Because you know it's going to come, but at the same time, sometimes you just got to take it.
Maybe Alice is a better option, but the Arlet's top one, Alice may be the second choice. There is a world where they pick up Terizla because there's a lot of physical damage here from Alter Ego.
That works too.
Yep, but the Arlet indeed is still going to be the pick. Honestly, looking really good for Aurora. Very standard draft that they have, but I think Alter Ego's draft is much better, has a better chance this game compared to game number 1.
What about you? What do you think about this one, Gideon?
I think it's going to be a little bit harder. I think that for AE at the very least, they have a couple more options to play around. But so far, based on what we've seen in Aurora, as long as they don't mess up too hard in the early game, their recovery is so good coming into mid, and especially when we come down to late. So many of their composition styles is basically, hey, Blaze 5, Death Ball, peel, peel, peel.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Alter Ego has to win this one, because if not, Aurora will get match point. And we all know how high that pressure is going up against opponents as strong as Aurora when they have match point. So now we're going to throw it over to the casters, Leo, Trex, as well as Mirko. It's your time to shine.
Till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
Gideon Q pointed out a very pertinent trait that this lineup from Aurora could show up here in game number 3, the Death Ball. We might be throwing back to another Filipino staple strat that won them 2022's MSC in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, Alter Ego is still yet to score a single point in this grand finals matchup.
It's a comfortable formation for Aurora, but I have to say as well for Alter Ego, they finally kind of go back to an identity that they are well with. Fighters on the off lanes, a Leo Mord. They get Alec on something that can make plays. All going to work around this RWM if they can make the catches. If there's a game that I felt like, okay, they have a good chance of winning, I do like Alter Ego's draft here.
So is it safe to say if they don't win this one, we're seeing a 4-0?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to speak in absolutes, but the fact that Arfi is on a fighter, and all throughout the series, game 1 and game 2, if you've watched it, you'll know that they forced the same kind of violence onto Aurora Gaming, and the Northern Lights just keep saying no, then that might be it. Looking at the lane-to-lane matchup, Nino here, spots light. Up top, it's the CC versus the Granger. I'd say this is as close to a fighter to marksman as it is to a marksman kind of matchup you could get.
Yeah, I do think Alter Ego in that gold lane, we may see some more rotation, a little bit of action in the mid, nothing crazy, but we might see quicker rotations at least coming from Arfi, which is going to be important, especially when it comes down to first, second turtle. We know how Arfi loves going against these marksmen with a fighter in his hands.
Yeah, he knows the matchup really, really well, so you can already see him winning it out, but for Doming, it's fine too. I think Arfi right now, it's interesting that he's actually deciding to shove the waves. Like this wave before Turtle makes sense, but the other waves earlier, right? Like, he should be shoving now. He shouldn't be trading. And earlier, he should be trading, freezing the waves.
And then he can just run down, forcing a flicker out of Hijuma here.
Uh-oh, no flickers. Gonna be all in on him. The taunt as well. Light able to get the first blood. Yasuke very low because of the Edward earlier. That's Yasuke trying to get in. Demon Kai walks up. It's a late, or it's an early retreat from Yasuke. And Demon Kai just snatches away the turtle from him.
Early retreat and an early death for Alter Ego Esports. Yasuke down. I'm having flashbacks from previous games.
Oh, Light! Able to get away to Dragon Regi Kundo now, all in on him. But Light took a bit too many shots. Still gonna go down as well though, so it's a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane.
The damage on that slam, again amplified by the health you have as a fighter in the EXP lane. You have a respectable amount. 1,000 up for Aurora Gaming now.
At least Nino finds something there, but it's not big. You find Roamer, he's going to be right back on the map. And look, you give gold plating, you give lane presence over to Aurora Gaming, over to Edward at that, who has been such a star in the series.
They're going to all in onto Demonkind, and he goes straight for the friction. That RWM was actually misplaced. Light goes in, a big pump from Demonkind! And now it's knocking two members up. Hijime, no flicker. 0-2-0. It's a double kill for Demonkind.
Alter Ego in shambles, and we're only 3.5 minutes in. Yasuke 0-2-0. Hijime 0-2-0. The stat board is going downhill for Alter Ego.
I don't even need to look for the ball. There's just a lot of death coming around for Alter Ego, and Aurora Gaming PH are serving it up. Half a minute till the turtle spawns, same spot. I think we're done with the gold lane advantage. Alter Ego have to figure out where else can we win, because Arfi bullying Doming Kite is beyond the fact. There's not much they're getting from there.
Demon Kite's the one with 3 kills under his belt. We said it a little bit earlier. Aurora Gaming feeling like they got a little bit of a stampede going. Taking some notes from their brethren, and they really are.
You can say that again, because cover these names, cover the team, and this could be a liquid draft.
Yep.
So what do we do from here for Alter Ego Esports? They've been behind a nice flicker forced out from Hijume.
Huge.
Aurora Gaming at this point, I mean, Alter Ego, yes, they've fought from behind like this, but normally at least their mid is doing okay. Normally Hijume is doing okay. Normally Yasuke is doing okay. At this, it's only Arfi without a death.
Turtle here, started up by Aurora Gaming. No contest from Alter Ego, with no eminent play either. It seems like Alter Ego have just decided to stay behind their own comfort zones and farm up. Well, where is the farm going to, though? There's really not much scaling.
Exactly. I mean, the CC saying the scaling tech charge coming down, but great reaction now. Light definitely going to be looking for the re-engage now, as that's going to be Alec isolated, taken out by Doming. Light! They down on the way to Dragon, bringing Hijume back, and Doming with a double. Now with a big bonk, Yue takes it away.
Aurora Gaming is hunting right now.
Oh! You know, next.
No.
Oh, Doming with the flicker out from the bravest fighter! And the recall on Nino's corpse!
Not against 4! Not against 4, El Padre! Ay, ay, ay!
Alter Ego is coming into these fights thinking they're still in the lower bracket, thinking they can still muscle around their opponents. But Aurora Gaming was ready for this. They've been watching, they've been waiting for this.
I've been saying this since yesterday, and it was good when Alter Ego only knew one speed, but now they're on the back foot, they're cornering Edward.
No way he gets away from this, right? That's an all-in, and RP picks up a kill, so finally Alter Ego, they get a kill after what, 3 minutes?
I mean, Light's playing out of his mind right now as well. He always shows up in the nick of time, and he didn't even use his Way of the Dragon on Alec earlier. He gets a kill on Alec, then flicks in and finds Hijume. I mean, Aurora Gaming, it's tough right now for Alter Ego.
Tough is an understatement, especially when you're down 2 games with nothing when it comes to gameplay or even a comeback. All that Alter Ego have scored all series long are little kills, small trades. Some of them they won in the first 2 games, but here, again, all they got was a kill on Edward down bottom and a Light. Trying to get Arfi here, he's gone!
Final slash, Edward takes him down. RWM with no one to follow it up. Now Light is just gonna go in. Oh, try to bait out the flicker from Hijume, but they've already gotten the turtle on top of that.
Here's the kicker for Aurora Gaming as well, is they still have Doming Kite with a Sky Piercer at 3-0-1. Who, even if Alter Ego score...
He gets a steal, but he gets kicked back into Doming Kite now. Final slash from Edward! Hijume low, it's an all into the backline as Nino gets caught up into it all, tries to deal some damage again. A big bonk that doesn't land, but Demon Kite still gets to kill. Doming will try his best to get another.
One by one, they all fall under the boot of Demon Kite right now. Bonk after bonk. He's a tanky boy, but he's still 4-0-5.
It's been a hot minute since Demon Kite tasted victory. He's gone around the world, played in Malaysia, came back to the Philippines, and now here in Jakarta. Just mere moments away from match point. Again, 2-0, and no clear signs of life from Alter Ego. A quick look once again at that sequence. An Aurora Alpha strike, no signs of doubt. Even underneath that tier 2 in mid, they were just counting ults, counting battle spells. Halfway through that fight, there was nothing left for Alter Ego.
And Edward is searching for an FMVP at this point. The guy has made play after play from game 1 to game 2 to game 3. And look at range, Doming hurts so much.
And he's finding his own teammate for it, because Light is doing pretty good himself.
Taking a look at the items. Like I said, we just got a Malefic Gun in for Doming Kite. A 1.4K goal. I mean, everyone's got 1,000+ gold lead at this time. there's really not much to talk about. Aurora Gaming has multiple, I mean, everyone's an item up at this point.
And who I feel it stings the most for is Yasuke.
Yes.
This is his signature pick. He almost single-handedly made Leomord a threat in the knockout stage. I was laughing at Leomord in the Swiss, but looking at the stats, oh, Yasuke, how has he proven me wrong? But now, against the Fredrin, who he's down almost 2,000 gold off of, can't even dive in when he hits that Phantom Steed. He's at about the same stat base as the Fredrin, and that's a no-go. You're not going to get anywhere with that.
So here's the thing, right? Because Alter Ego Esports, we thought the meta was getting set down in the lower bracket. We thought what we were watching was the answer to everything. Aurora Gaming isn't even changing much of their gameplay strategy, changing much of their picks. They are the meta at this point. Whatever they want, their composition is winning out.
And we seem to be circling back in M3, Singapore. The world saw how you could play MLBB in a different way. The Ubistrat was debuted by Blacklist International. Now we're going back to that. A free lord coming from them, spawning in about 25 seconds.
And who better to lead that Ube strat than Edward and your EXP laner, someone who was part of the creation, who was there for that moment. Alter Ego Esports. We are watching Arfi try to make it up to the top, once again putting band-aids on flesh wounds.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's gonna go for the clear now. But also Yue, the guy there before the combo, before the trio completely left. He was part of that roster too, and now, Edward just flickers out once! Still goes for the Bravest Fighter. The 1v1 will not happen. Edward's gonna try to cancel out the recalls. RP just gonna go for the turret up top, and they're still cutting the waves as the base. He's gonna be targeted out by Aurora.
But there's a Lord at your base right now. And Alec is all alone. They're trying to get back.
RP is already there. Yasuke doesn't have the steed. Lord already at the base right now. It's Alex to be caught on the Juju. No! Dominkai gunning them down! And it's Yue to throw them back! The base wide open! Aurora Gaming Philippines are a game away from cementing themselves in history!
Your jaw dropped. I saw that. In